Look, Gary, it's a freaking cave. I'll pass. Death is permanent. So I know it says that 9 out of 10 people who enter the cave have not made their way out, but we're not one of those 9 out of 10, right? Right.
Well, you see, we're currently not dead because we haven't currently gone into the cave.
Let's get in the cave. Let's do some spelunking.
Are you spelunking around in the world of business and entrepreneurship?
I want to go home.
Do you feel like you're stuck inside a cave?
My body won't fit. Get me out, I swear.
What if you were to want to get out of this cave and get unstuck? Here's what we're going to do. You're going to coat my entire body in butter. Oh my God, there's a bat. Just coat me in butter and push me down. Just push me down. Well, according to Entrepreneur Magazine, 9 out of 10 franchisees don't fail. But 9 out of 10 startup entrepreneurs fail.
Just freaking hit me with this.
Are you tired of being stuck in this cave? And maybe this isn't a cave at all.
Just coming right now.
Watch out! It's all right. Yeah, what I thought. Why not?
You have questions? America's #1 business coach has answers. It's your Broda from Minnesota. Here's another edition of Ask Clay Anything on the Thrivetime Business Coach Radio Show.
Yes, and woo! Yes! Matt Kline, are you a big Ric Flair fan?
I could be the biggest
Woo!
Ric Flair fan.
All right, well, here's what we're going to do on today's show. We're going to talk about the 3 aspects of owning an OxyFresh that make you want to say, woo! All right, so Matt Kline, for the listeners out there, can you explain how many OxyFresh franchises you actually own yourself?
I currently own 2 myself in northern Colorado. And as a whole, as a franchise, we're very close to about 400 units across the country and in Canada.
Now, how could you possibly own 2 OxyFresh franchises while also being the OxyFresh franchise brand developer? I mean, if anybody out there wants to buy an OxyFresh franchise and they go out to oxyfresh.com and they schedule a consultation, or they go to thrivetimeshow.com/OxyFresh and they schedule a consultation to learn more about buying an OxyFresh, you or your team, you guys are going to be the people that they talk to before buying a franchise. So how could you possibly have a job as an employee but yet be self-employed as an OxyFresh franchisee?
Yeah, so a lot of it's the resources we have available at OxyFresh in our headquarters. We set up a lot of the business infrastructure around our national scheduling center, which takes the calls incoming for our franchisees. So that eliminates a lot of the time-consuming tasks that come along with business ownership, specifically in service industry, right? As you grow, you keep taking more and more calls on every single day. So from day one of owning this business, you never have to hire people, train them how to speak the language of carpet cleaning, train them on how to use the technology. We have a national scheduling center that's already doing that right now for all of our franchisees. So from day one, that piece of your business is already taken care of. Now, you still have to spend time and make sure that you have the right people doing jobs and work with the home office on the marketing piece. But in terms of answering the phones, which is very time consuming, you don't have to do that at all.
So you're saying
that gives me a lot of time freedom in my day.
You're saying OxyFresh support system super move number 1. If I were to buy an OxyFresh franchise today in a qualifying territory for, what is it, $57,000? Is it $60,000? How much money does it cost to get an OxyFresh?
Yeah, so the initial franchise fee is $37,900.
$37,900.
That includes your protected territory.
Yep.
Includes your entire equipment setup.
Yep.
About 3 months worth of product plus the training. We want you to spend about 4 days with us here in Denver. And then you want to have about $20,000 in operating capital to get your business off the ground.
So you're saying for about $57,000, I could be a self-employed person, and there's a call center that right now is answering the phone for your location right now. As we're doing this interview, somebody may be calling right now to schedule a carpet cleaning service, and you're not responsible for answering the phone?
I'm not. It's a very unique thing that we have going on with OxyFresh, and the fact that when we first started this, we realized this was bogging down a lot of the competitors that we're competing with, right? We have people doing jobs. They're in the field. They're trying to answer the phone. It's very difficult. And as you grow, that workload gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So for us, if we can streamline that process, which we have very effectively, and I have multiple people in the field right now. I'm about an hour and a half away from my franchise territory in the home office at OxyFresh. I think last time I checked, I booked 5 jobs today. I hadn't spoken to one customer. So they're taking the calls from the marketing that's going out that I've set up with OxyFresh and myself through the OxyFresh vendors that we use for marketing. And they're calling, they're taking the phone call, they're explaining the cleaning system, giving an accurate quote, and then putting that job into the schedule so my technicians can go out and do the job. So it is absolutely streamlined at that point to where I don't have to focus on that. I need to make sure my technicians are trained, they have the resources to be successful in the field. I need to make sure with OxyFresh's help that my marketing is operating at a very efficient level. And then I need to be able to look at the reporting software on the back end and see what's happening day to day, because even though I'm not there, I still know what's going on with my technicians. I know how they're operating, what their customer satisfaction scores are, how my marketing is operating on a time basis in terms of ROIs per marketing campaign. So all those allow me to effectively run this business and the franchises we have without me actually being on the field, doing the jobs, without me answering the phones.
So you're saying that one of the super support systems that makes OxyFresh franchisees say, woo, is that you guys have a turnkey call center?
We do, yeah, and it's actually multi-phase. So we book about 70% of our jobs across the country via that scheduling center, and it's not outsourced.
That's
it's
hot.
Hired and trained, reported back in our home office in Lakewood, Colorado. And we almost book about 25% of our jobs online with no human-to-human interaction. So we have an active, live, online scheduling platform. Customers trust the internet. They're finding us on the internet. They're getting a quote on there, and they're trusting when they book a job for Tuesday at 9 a.m. that you're going to be there. Right? That's a big number. 20% across the country are not even using phone lines anymore, just online services. And we're one of the very, very few companies that has a true online scheduling platform. And that number will continue to increase.
Matt, I don't want to overstate this, but that turnkey OxyFresh call center really makes me want to say, woo! All right, so now we move on to system number two. System number two. Ric Flair, making Ric Flair proud today. The turnkey marketing. You alluded to it earlier, but this right here is hot. You mean you're not out there networking all day, every day, going to every chamber event, wearing people out, doing a multi-level pitch. You're not cold calling everybody to generate jobs. There are turnkey proven marketing systems that will generate leads from the internet and other sources that you will provide to the franchisee.
Yes, so we certainly have those. I will say there is always a huge value to going out and getting business on the commercial level, but in order to grow your business, you want to be multi-phased on that as well. You want to have a great online presence. You want to have very good marketing vendors like HomeAdvisor, like Thumbtack, like pay-per-click options online. Mailers still work good, so you want to have a marketing budget. We want to basically spread that marketing net as wide as possible and be able to dive in and see exactly what's giving us the best results and where we need to basically spend more money or less. But in what we do for you, we don't want our franchisees focusing on the technology aspect of online marketing, from your local website, how it ranks organically when you talk about search engine optimization. We want to look at your Google pages, how they can basically rank the highest possible when someone's on their cell phone searching carpet cleaning in your given area. We want to have an extremely good, strong Facebook presence, extremely good Yelp presence. So all of those things, if you tie all those together and you work on your end in terms of getting reviews for those, you don't have to focus on the technology. We handle that. So it's a two-way street. You meet us in the middle, and you have a very successful franchise. With the resources we get and your effort, it's a win-win situation.
I kind of look at the OxyFresh systems as kind of like a two-way hot tub because it is sexy. There's something sexy about all that marketing and all that stuff. The turnkey call center, you got the turnkey marketing, and it's just like, Andrew, this is sexy. I mean, Andrew, this show is making me percolate.
That's hot.
Whoa. Matt, who wrote that on the cue card?
That's my bad. That's my
You
bad.
guys are going to have a hot tub. You're going to be doing this show from the hot tub from now on.
Was that a
inspiration.
was that a did I say twerculate or percolate, Andrew? What did you put on these cue cards? Matt Andrew's been writing cue cards recently, and he put OxyFresh systems are so good they make me want to twerculate. And I
didn't even know.
I'm just reading the cue cards.
Yep, he may need to go back to the drawing board.
All right.
I know what's good, what's bad, when we're talking about those words.
So let's think about this real quick. Let's think about this. The call center, that means as a franchisee, you don't have to hire any reps, any people to answer the phone. You don't have to train the people. You don't have to buy them a computer. You don't have to get them a phone line. You don't have to deal with unemployment. You just get calls. And you guys are dealing with the hiring, the firing, the motivating, the inspiring, the coaching, the all that. You got the technology, the phones, all that. System number two, you've got the turnkey marketing. So that you're making the phone ring. The local franchisee has to do a great job, which creates great reviews. and he's got to spend some money on ads, but you know the ads that work. You know the ROI that will make the people cry in a good way. You got it all because these systems make you say, woo! Now, system number 3, the metrics and the tracking. The metrics, the tracking, and the technology. Yep. The metrics, tracking, and the technology. You guys provide people the metrics they need to be looking at, the systems to track, and the technology of the world's greenest carpet cleaner. How is all of this possible, Matt? How is it possible?
Well, it's taken us a while. We're going on our 13th year here. We've been very diligent in the way we wanted to set the business up. We didn't want to buy out-of-the-box software. We wanted to customize it to fit what we're specifically doing every day. Same thing with our cleaning system. We didn't want to be the average carpet cleaner. We wanted to be the green initiative. We wanted to be the company that everyone's turning to and trying to be. And we've successfully done that. And we're still striving. We're still trying to grow and change. And the call center will work better next year than it is today. But the technology and the reporting is very important. It's really hard to quantify over a conversation. But when you see how the scheduling platform integrates with our actual marketing vendors, how it integrates into the scheduling center and the online scheduling platform, how we can actually go back and look and see how the marketing is performing, how our customer satisfaction scores reporting on a percentage basis, going into your print and apparel store, going into your entire single sign-on platform, which will manage basically every aspect of your business. That ties everything together, right? So you and your employees have your thumb on the pulse of every single moment of that day, because everything is cloud-based. Everything's live time. If you need to do something, it gets sent to you via text, it gets sent to you via email. So we try to encompass all of this with easy-to-use, very intricate technology platforms. But for you, it's just growing, managing your business, making sure you're being the best you can be, and working on your business so you can be better tomorrow than you are today. Now, you can do that, you're going to have a successful business.
What if I'm out there, though, and I say, gosh, I want to answer my own phone. Time freedom, time schmeedum. I want to answer my own phone. What if you say, you know what? I don't want to do turnkey marketing. I want to throw away the key. And I'm going to start that car using what would you start a key? What kind of thing would MacGyver start a car with? Maybe like a
avocado.
An avocado and a nail file. Yeah, an avocado and a nail file. If you want to start your car that way, you say turnkey, screw that. And you say, I want to answer my own phone. I don't want turnkey marketing. And I don't want metrics. I don't want to focus on that. I want to kind of fiddle around all the time and change the logo every day and make print pieces that don't work and talk about my feelings for an hour and a half. And I don't want time freedom. I just want to work all the time because, 9 out of 10 small businesses fail and 9 out of 10 franchises don't fail. And I kind of want to be in the middle somewhere. I like that wildness. Matt, should someone buy an OxyFresh if that's what they're into?
I wouldn't suggest it.
Okay.
I mean, I think some people can do that. That's a much, much larger hill to climb. But for people that they don't want to recreate the wheel. They want to understand what's working. They want to invest their time in improving systems. I think we're an excellent option to do that. I'm a perfect example. I have very limited time in my day, and I have, I'm creating jobs for people in my area that want to have a career, that want to be able to grow themselves. I feel very fortunate that down the road, if there's another opportunity for me in another franchise or another business venture, I can do so because the automation of OxyFresh allows me to really kind of investigate other ways where I can become a better business person. And I feel very comfortable in that.
There was an Entrepreneur magazine article 227394 to be accurate. Entrepreneur.com, article 227394. Spock. This article reported that 90% of franchisees don't fail, but just 10% of franchisees fail. Now, the same publication reported that 9 out of 10 startups fail, which would appear to me to be the reverse.
Holy cow!
Matt, does that ever blow your mind that 9 out of 10 small business startups fail and that 9 out of 10 franchisees don't fail?
No, it doesn't blow my mind at all.
What?
Because when you think about the amount of time it's spent, a lot of franchises, the first few years, that's their make or break. And some don't make that as well. And that's probably something that they should put in there. But the ones that do get through that process of growth and kind of struggle, what they're doing is they're hiring right people that specialize in whether it's marketing or technology, right? You don't have one person trying to figure out the best new ways of marketing and the technology behind it. and then trying to figure out how you hire and the best ways to hire, creating manuals and all these sorts of things. I mean, starting your business from scratch, you better be very versed in a lot of those avenues, or it's going to be a pretty quick, life cycle of that business. And, 1 to 2 years when you first start a business, you've just scratched the surface if you're doing everything. Whereas if you're a franchise, 1 to 2 years, you should be an effective, profitable business because you're not spending the time trying to create everything. You're utilizing the things we already know work. So that doesn't surprise me at all. Where I stand, because I talk to a lot of people that have owned businesses that want something a little bit more simple, that's a little bit more scalable than trying to do things on their own. So it doesn't surprise me that much.
What do you do with all the time freedom that you're creating? I've noticed you have good hair. Do you believe that are you spending a lot of your time treating that hair? Are you self-tanning? You don't have tanning? Are you doing spray tanning? Are you going for long walks in a Denver park? What are you doing with all your time freedom over there in Denver?
Well, I talk a lot about carpet cleaning on a day-to-day basis. So, my main role is to really get people engaged in the brand and understand exactly what they're getting into. And I always tell people, when we go through this process, no is a perfectly acceptable answer, but let's just make sure we get you all the information where you can make the appropriate decision for you and your family. I do use a lot of hair products.
It's great hair.
And all that sort of
good
stuff.
Volume.
But
good volume.
No, I don't really. But
okay.
you just gotta. For me, you still have to prioritize your day. There's some days where I spend a lot more time on my business than others.
Yeah.
But my business isn't dependent on me every single day to be everything for it, right? Even to the point if I do a lot of stuff off text because it's an easy, quick way, and my technicians know I'm always on the phone, just like right now.
Right now.
If they can't get a hold of me in a certain period of time, they can call the scheduling center. The support line is going to answer it. It can be just a normal question. It can be a problem. And they're going to basically dive into that and help them. So even if I, as the owner who manages the business as a whole, if I can't be the immediate answer, they're not stuck. And I think that's important too, right? You have access to the home office, myself, other people that own businesses, the support line. So, time freedom is what you make of it. If you play golf every day, you're going to be great at golf, but you may not be the best business.
Now,
doesn't mean you shouldn't play golf.
If somebody out there is interested in buying an OxyFresh, what's going to happen is you're going to go to thrivetimeshow.com/OxyFresh. That's thrivetimeshow.com/OxyFresh. You fill out the form, you schedule a consultation. It's, brief call, kind of an overview, how you doing, what's going on. As you go through the process, eventually, Matt, you do this thing called the Discovery Day. And that's the final thing I want to cover on today's show before you get back to your time freedom and your Are you still into spelunking? I mean, do you still spend, 8 to 12 hours per day spelunking, or is that just an urban legend? And in Denver, that's everyone just spelunks, right?
I got a pretty good story about our founder, Jonathan, and myself going spelunking.
Tell us.
If you ever want to see a grown man to the verge of tears.
What happened? You get stuck in a cave?
I got a good one.
Do you get stuck in a cave?
So, we pretty close. Yeah. We were in Golden, Colorado, and I took our fearless leader, Jonathan, spelunking one time. And I've only done it once, so the 8-10 hours, that would be difficult.
Yeah.
But I've never seen a grown man shake so much in tears.
What was he scared
surrounded by rocks.
Was he scared to be in the cave?
I learned there very quickly. Oh yeah, he was afraid. We were in there too.
And you
I don't
couldn't
think
get
I
out?
ever want to go spelunking again. You should ask him about it sometime.
You couldn't get out?
Or you might just start crying.
You couldn't get out?
Well, we were pretty close to being stuck.
Seriously? How?
I don't think, seriously, very seriously.
How did you climb into too narrow of a crevice?
You had to shimmy down this rock, like with your turn your shoulders so you can get down to the bottom about 10 feet.
Yeah.
And then you had to shimmy your way back. Oh man. As a non-skinny grown-up, that was a very scary moment of my life.
Oh, can I tell you this? You have just made all of our listeners scared as a result of what you just said, and I hope all the listeners can get up that just the feelings of claustrophobia. And how deep of a cave was this? Was it a deep cave?
Yeah, we were. You went pretty far. It got to the point where I couldn't go any further because my body wouldn't fit. That's not a very. And then you think about how long it took you to get down there, and you're like, I don't know. So, just the thought process of how far you went and how far you got to go, and the fact now you got to go up instead of down. That was. I did a lot better than Jonathan. But
I hate this story. This is
I was just ready to just pack it in. I was just going to live in there for a little while.
This is what I would have said to you if I was there. This is what I would have said to you, Matt. This is a audio of what I was thinking right now as you were telling me this. This is what I would have said to you at that moment had I have been there and been a dear spelunking friend.
A lot of pressure. You got to rise above it. You got to harness in the good energy, block out the bad. Harness, energy, block, bad. Feel the flow happy. Feel it. It's circular. It's like a carousel. You pay the quarter, you get on the horse. It goes up and down and around. Circular, circle, with the music, the flow. All good things.
Okay, so if you're out there today...
There was a lot of pressure and no flow.
What is this? If you're out there and you're an oversized man spelunking into the narrow cave of entrepreneurship and you want to get your body through that hole and get out of that cave, through that crevice, and get up to some fresh air and to make some freaking money and get some freaking time freedom, you need to go to oxyfresh.com/ Thrivetime Show. That's thrivetimeshow.com/oxyfresh. Sorry. Thrivetimeshow.com/
There you go.
Oxyfresh. This isn't my profession here, folks. I'm an amateur podcaster. So thrivetimeshow.com /oxyfresh. Go there, fill out the form, escape from the norm, get unstuck from your crevice, and Matt will give you a call. He'll have a little hard hat on with a light bulb, and he'll have all sorts of, he'll have like kind of soot and dirt on his face, and he's going to put down like a helicopter. And he's going to be saying, if you need some help here, is your career in the toilet? Let me help you. Come on. And he's going to just slap you around, knock you out, drag you out, and you're going to wake up in Denver. That's the discovery days. Usually not that rough, but pretty soon you're going to be healed, transformed. Matt, you're going to save people if they just fill out that freaking form.
If you fill out the form, we'll certainly talk about how people can save themselves. That's for sure.
Beautiful, beautiful. Matt, I'm going to let you hang up on me because I know you want to, and I'll talk to you next week.
All right, guys, so much. Have a great day. Talk to you soon.
Take care. Time freedom, financial freedom, Oxyfresh. Check it out today at thrivetimeshow.com /Oxyfresh. That's thrivetimeshow.com /Oxyfresh. And as always, we like to end with a boom, so here we go. 3, 2, 1, boom!